Hello students, welcome to AriserTalent. As you know, we are studying important chapter nutrition, that is the part of life processes. Okay, in my previous lecture, I taught you nutrition in animals. In that lecture, I taught you about the nutrition in unicellular organisms. In this lecture, we are going to talk about the nutrition in multicellular organism like human being. So as we know, human beings are holozoic in nature. Okay, so what are they? They are holozoic in nature. Holozoic means they intake the solid food material. Okay. Now as they are holozoic in nature, even they follow the same processes of digestion or the nutrition. They are what? Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, okay, then what? Egestion. Okay, though human beings are holozoic in nature, they follow the same 5 steps of nutrition. What are they? Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. Okay, these processes are done by the digestive system that contains what? That is known as digestive system. Okay, these follows processes are done by the digestive system, and this digestive system contains alimentary canal as well as some organs, different organs and different glands. So thus we can say that digestive system of human being is little complicated because it contains alimentary canal, some organs and different glands. So now let me explain you how the nutrition takes place in the human beings. Okay, here it is the human alimentary canal. What is the alimentary canal? Actually, it is the tubular muscular structure which starts from the mouth and ends at the anus. Okay, so thus we can say alimentary canal is the what? It is the long tubular structure. This is muscular and starts from the mouth and ends with the ends at the anus. Okay, so let me define you the different parts of the digestive system. Here, as I told you, alimentary canal starts from the mouth and ends here in the anus. Okay, so thus these here in the structure we can see the different organs are present for the digestive system. What are they? Mouth, pharynx, esophagus, then stomach, then small intestine, large intestine and anus. Okay, so let me explain these parts of alimentary canal, human digestive system, so hope you all have studied about the digestive system in junior classes. Digestive system means a system which contains different organs and glands to perform the process of digestion, that is known as digestive system. So digestive system of human contains what? It contains generally alimentary canal. Okay, so first of all we will talk about alimentary. We will talk about the alimentary canal. Okay, what is this alimentary canal? This is the long muscular structure or tubular structure which start from the mouth and ends with the anus. Okay, it's long tubular muscular structure starts from mouth and ends at anus. Okay, So here we can say in the alimentary canal, it contains different organs and glands. Okay, so what are the different parts of alimentary canal? They are mouth. Okay, here we can see mouth, then pharynx, then esophagus, okay, then stomach, okay, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. Okay, so these are the part of alimentary canal about which we will study here. Look at the diagram, students. Here, the first part or organ of the alimentary canal is mouth. This is the part where an organism, here we are talking about the human being. So, this is the part where organism like human being intake the food. Okay, generally it is covered by the two muscular lips. Okay, when the food enters in the mouth, okay, generally this mouth contains a buccal cavity. Okay, what is that buccal cavity? Buccal cavity is a pouch like structure. It is a muscular structure which contains different types of teeth, as well as it contains a long muscular structure that is movable inside the buccal cavity, and then this part is known as tongue, and this tongue has taste bud on the upper surface of the upper surface of the tongue. Okay, so let me explain what is mouth. First of all, we will talk about mouth. What is mouth? It is a stilt which opens in the buccal cavity and is surrounded by the lips. Okay, it is a silt. It is a transverse okay, and it has folds of lips which are 2 in numbers. Okay, so we can say that which it is a transverse silt in which food is intake or food is injected. Okay, this is the part from where we intake the food. Fine. Then it opens in the buccal cavity. Next part is buccal cavity. Okay, what is this buccal cavity? This is also known as what? Oral cavity. It is also known as oral cavity. Okay, generally it contains 4 types of teeth. Okay, what are they? Incisors. What is the function of these incisors? They help to cut the food. Okay, to cut the food. Then canines, they are found just next to the incisors. They helps to tear the food. To tear the food. Okay, then premolars and molars. What is the function of these 2 types of teeth? They help to chew and grind the food. Helps to chew and grind the food. Okay, so as I shown you here, when we intake the food inside the mouth, okay, so here different things are present. What are they? Like this buccal cavity has teeth and tongue. These teeth help to cut, tear and chew the food, as well as this movable muscular part, this is known as tongue. It helps to throw the food to the pharynx. Okay, so next we must say that beside these teeth, this buccal cavity also contain a muscular and movable tongue, and on the upper side of the tongue, taste buds are present. This is the reason we can identify that what we are eating. The food is sweet or it is sour. Okay. So next is that this buccal cavity also contains buccal, or let me mention here, let me rub and write. It also contains, it means buccal cavity. It also contains a long muscular movable structure known as tongue. Taste buds are present. Taste buds are present on the upper surface of it. It means tongue. Okay. So this is the reason we can identify that what we are eating, it is sweet in nature, it is sour in nature. Okay. It is sour in taste or sweet in taste. So this is all about the buccal cavity. Now this tongue pushes the food back to the pharynx. Pharynx is what? Here we can see this is the small chamber like structure. Okay. And this is the passage for inhaled air as well as for the swallowed food. So next is pharynx. Next part of the alimentary canal is pharynx. Next part is pharynx. Okay. It is a small chamber it is the passage for both inhaled air and swallowed food. Okay. So pharynx is what? It is a small chamber like structure in which buccal cavity opens, and this is the part, or this is the passage for inhaled air and for the swallowed foods. As I told you that whatever the food is present here in the buccal cavity, it is pushed by the tongue to the pharynx. Now what happens? Through this pharynx, when the food is pushed back to the pharynx, then what happens? This pharynx opens and then this food moves only in the esophagus. It does not go into the food pipe. Okay. This pharynx work in such a manner that whatever food is pushed in the pharynx, then it goes directly into the esophagus. It does not go into the windpipe. Generally, windpipe is present here in front of the esophagus. So thus we can say that esophagus is a long tube, okay, which is present just at the back of the trachea. Okay. So let me mention here esophagus. Next is It is a long, generally 2.5 centimeter long, tubular and muscular structure. Okay, it starts from the pharynx and goes to the stomach. Here we can see it starts from the pharynx and goes to the stomach. Okay, so esophagus is what? It is long. It is also known as food pipe. Also known as food pipe. Okay, it is about 2.5 centimeter long and it is long and muscular in structure. It is long, tubular and muscular. It is about what? It is about 25 centimeter long. Okay, it starts from pharynx. It starts from pharynx and ends in the stomach. Okay, so whatever food is passed here in the food pipe, means in the esophagus, it is also known as food pipe. Okay, so whatever food is passed here, it goes to the stomach. Okay, so here we can see the stomach. What is stomach? Stomach is J-shaped muscular structure. Generally it contains many digestive glands. Okay, next is stomach. Stomach is what? It is J-shaped. It is wide, J-shaped sac-like structure. Here we can see it is sac-like structure. It is sac-like structure. Okay, so stomach, a wide J-shaped sac with high this is highly muscular. Okay, a wide J-shaped sac with highly muscular walls. It is placed on, here we can see it is placed on left side. Okay, on the upper part of abdomen. Okay, so here we can mention it is a J-shaped sac with highly muscular walls placed on left side of the upper left side in upper part of abdomen. Upper part of abdomen. Okay, it contains numerous digestive glands. Okay, it contains numerous tubular glands which are known as gastric glands. Numerous tubular glands known as gastric glands. Okay, this is all about the stomach. Now come to the diagram. Here we can see that this sac-like structure converts into the tubular structure and goes here and form a long coiled structure that is known as small intestine. Okay, so next part of it is small intestine. Next is small intestine. Okay, if we talk about the small intestine, then this small intestine is generally 6 meter long, but it is thin in structure. Okay, it is 6 meter long. So first of all, first things come in the mind, ma'am, if it is 6 meter long, so how it fits in our stomach or fit in our abdomen? Actually, it is thin and it is coiled. We must say it is so much coiled that it can be easily fit in our abdomen. Okay, so it is 6 meter long, much coiled structure or tubular structure. Tubular, definitely it's also muscular, tubular and muscular structure. Okay, here we can see that it is again divided into 3 parts. This small intestine has 3 parts: duodenum, jejunum and ileum. Okay, what happens? This duodenum starts from the stomach and goes here. Here we can see this is goes here, means this is the actually the longest part of the small intestine. Okay, and it is much coiled. Then here we can see this is the jejunum part. Whatever the juices are secreted by the stomach, they get collected here. Okay, and ileum, this is the ileum part. What it does, it connects the small intestine to the large intestine. Okay, so these are the 3 parts of small intestine. What are they? Here we can see small intestine. It is divided into 3 parts. Into subdivisions. It is divided into subdivisions. What are they? Duodenum, okay, then jejunum, and third is ileum. Okay, it is divided, means small intestine which is 6 meter long, it is divided into duodenum, okay, jejunum and ileum. Now we can see here that this structure, means here we can see that this small intestine is connected to the large intestine. So next part of that is, next part of the alimentary canal is large intestine. Next we will talk about large intestine. Next is large intestine. Okay, large intestine, actually it is not too long. Here we can see this is not too long, but it is wider. Okay, this is the reason it is known as large intestine. Here we can, if we compare the small intestine and large intestine, that the difference is that large intestine is not too long, but it is wider. This is the reason it is known as large intestine, though small intestine is longer, but it is thinner. This is the reason this is known as small intestine. Clear? So now let me define you about the large intestine. What is the large intestine? Again we can see this is the long, this is the tubular structure. This is not too long, but this is wider in shape. Okay, and it is again divided into different parts. They are cecum, colon and then rectum. So let me mention large intestine. It is shorter but wider. It is shorter but wider than small intestine, than small intestine. Okay, and generally it is just 1.5 meter long. It is 1.5 meter long. Here we can see in the structure, it is shorter in structure but it is wider. This is the reason this is known as large intestine, and generally it is 1.5 meter long. It has different parts, or we can say that it is divided into, it has subdivisions, or it has different parts. What are they? They are cecum, colon and rectum. Okay, cecum, colon and rectum. Here we can see, this is the part cecum. This is the part, here we can see cecum is the part from where the long intestine and small intestine are joined or are attached. Means this is the junction of small intestine and large intestine. Okay, here this, from this cecum, a worm-like structure is produced. This is known as appendix. Generally, this appendix is vestigial organ in the human beings, but this appendix work, or it is functional in the herbivores. Okay, now next is colon. Here we can see colon, this colon. So here from the cecum, the part start, means the long tubular structure which starts from the cecum is known as colon. Whatever the food material is there, which is comes from the small intestine, goes through the colon and water is absorbed here in the colon only. Okay, and then through the colon, waste material is passed to the rectum. Now what is rectum? Here we can see rectum has a tubular structure that is known as anus. Okay, and this anus, actually this rectum has a tubular structure which ends in the pore that is known as anal pore, and this pore is generally has two sphincters. What is the function of sphincters here? These sphincters help in the movement of the waste material. Okay, so this is all about the large intestine, that it has three parts, cecum, colon and rectum. Now let me define the functioning of this alimentary canal. Look here, when we eat anything, means when we intake, we are human beings. So if any human being intake any food material here, or it intake through the mouth, then it goes here in the buccal cavity. Okay, their teeth and tongue are present. These teeth cut the food, tear the food and crush the food, or chew the food, or grind the food. Fine. When it becomes smooth, okay, so here some salivary glands are present in the buccal cavity. These salivary glands, what they do? They make the food soft and moist. Okay, as well as some digestive enzymes are present in the salivary, in the saliva, which kills the bacteria. Now what happens when the food becomes soft? Then the the muscular tongue pushes it back to the pharynx. Okay, pharynx is what? Pharynx is a chamber. Pharynx is a small chamber through which food goes to the esophagus. Okay, in the esophagus, as I told you that this esophagus is muscular in structure. Okay, so the food moves here from the esophagus and goes to the stomach. Do you know about the movement of this food from esophagus to the stomach? Actually, when the food comes here in the esophagus, then as I told you, it is muscular in shape. At that time, the tube contracts and expands. Contracts and expands. This is the reason, though we are sleeping, or we are laying, or we are hanging somewhere, all the time whatever we eat, that everything pass from the esophagus smoothly. Okay, why? Because these food particles move from the esophagus to the stomach by that activity, by that movement that the food particle passes from the esophagus, then the esophagus contracts and expands. Okay, so Thus, when it reaches here in the stomach also contains gastric glands. Okay, gastric juices are added in the food particle. Okay, whatever food is churned here. Okay, then it get mixed here. From the stomach, the food goes into the small intestine. Now, whatever the digestion takes place here only, means the process of digestion of the food takes place in the small intestine only. Clear? Digestive juices are added in the small intestine and then food get digested. Now what happens? Whatever nutrients were there, food get digested, means complex food was broken down into the simpler form. Then here in the small intestine, nutrients are absorbed. Fine. Then the rest, whatever the waste product is there, here we can see this is the junction where the small intestine and large intestine meets. From here food goes to the colon, means large intestine. Then whatever fluid is present, like water is present in that waste product, then it is absorbed by the large intestine. Then waste material goes to the rectum and then it is thrown out of the body through the anus. Okay, this is the complete process of digestion in the human being. So as I told you that in the human beings also, digestion or nutrition takes 5 processes. It completes in the 5 processes. Ingestion by mouth, okay, then digestion and absorption by the small intestine, and then egestion by the rectum and anus. Clear? So all the 5 steps of nutrition takes place here in the what? In the human being's digestive system. Okay, so hope everything related to human digestive system is clear to you. Thank you.